Hi, how are you? Hey, so we're all ready and set, and I'll just let everyone come forward to um, get their reading. So, okay. Let me put down everything real quick. Don't want any interruptions. Hello, hi Claire. Okay. Yes, you did find me, didn't you? Okay. The last name is Nair, Nayar. I don't want to even try to pronounce your first name, but I'm going to go ahead and put you on first on the list for the reading, and then it'll be Claire. So, for those who are kind of joining us now and then later on as we get going, the way that this works and the way that I like to do it when I'm pulling a card for you is I don't want you to type out your question, right? So when I call your name, you have to be present when I pull a card for you. And then you think about your question in your mind without telling me, and then I will pull a card for you. Sometimes the card doesn't answer the question that you're inquiring about or the new insight that you may are desiring to receive. But sometimes Spirit has me pick a card for you that you need to hear right now. The other thing is sometimes sometimes your question may mirror off of a card that's chosen for someone else. So if that card actually resonates with you, even though I haven't pulled a card for you or I have, um, just just take it as additional information too, because sometimes we may have a whole bunch of different questions, and then sometimes somebody else's card will come up forward. And if you're resonating with that person's card as well, then that's something that is a direct message to you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Um, the last name is Nair. Let me get to where I can see my Zoom. Okay, there I am. All right. I'm trying to get I'm doing something wrong. So I need to find, here we go. I think this is what I was looking for. Okay, we got it. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards. Go ahead and take take a deep breath and release it, and then think about your question. And I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Okay, so here is your card. Hi, Deb. I'll put you down on the list. Okay, so Miss Naylor, the card that you have is take charge and action. And as you can see, he's got a arrow that is kind of he's holding above him. And that's just kind of to bullseye your issues that you're going through. Okay. So it says take charge and action. So sometimes we don't, okay, for you, sometimes we don't always go forward with a conversation or decisions because there may be too many choices, or perhaps you want more information to happen. But what I'm feeling for you is you need to step it up a little bit. You need to, it's like you've relied on a lot of other people's opinions, and it is, this matter affects you, so you kind of need to step it up for yourselves, take charge of the situation. If you are kind of getting pushed back from that, just choose your words a little more carefully on people that you have to talk to. But I do feel like if you take charge of the destination that or the cure for your question, I really feel like you have it within you already. You just need to connect with it. And this is your confirmation to let you know that you do need to kind of take charge and to proceed forward with your actions. Yeah, I hope that makes sense to you. Claire, you're next, and then Deb, you're after Claire and Angelina. Let me write down your name too. Okay, so Claire, think about your question. You don't need to write it down. Just take a deep breath in and release and think about that question. And I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling the cards a little more. I gave myself more room. That's you're welcome. I'm glad that that resonates with you. So, okay. So Claire, I'm going to go ahead and pick out your card for you. Way in the back here. Okay, Claire, this is your card, and it says learning experience. I hope you can see that. So what does this mean for you? It means all of the things that you've been going through, especially this last couple of weeks, but more so this last week. It's all part of being a learning experience. And sometimes there's more than one person that needs to hear this. So it's a learning experience for you, but also for other people who are involved in your situation. You do have um, where they're showing the light, you do have the ability to go through the darkness with this light, and know that you're always protected, and that you just need to don't look at it as being a victim, but look at it as an empowerment type of experience that you're going through. And I would keep everybody that's involved in this know that they're also learning too. And sometimes they don't really understand what you're going through or how they're affecting you. But believe it or not, it's all a learning experience for everybody that's involved. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. Charles, I'm going to go ahead and put you on the list as well. Okay, Debbie or Deb, you're up next, and then Angelina, and then Charles. So, Deb, are you still here? If you are, when I call out your name, just let me know that you're here, because I won't read them if you're not, actually in the watching as well. Okay. So after Deb is Angelina, and then Charles. Go ahead and think of your question, Deb, and I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. Take a deep breath and release. That's much better. Thank you. Okay, we have self-acceptance. Okay, what does that card mean for you today? Um, Sometimes we get pushback from other people that are in my life. Sometimes we get pushed back a little bit with, friends and family. And I believe that there's times that we're not fully devoted to our cause or to the work that is ahead. You're one of the people that is very dedicated to your work, and you have a lot of compassion for other people who are in your situation with you. But having that self acceptance really will push you up into a higher level. And I think you already know that, but there are parts of you from the past, from growing up, from being in a child and going through childhood experiences, good and bad, that are really defining you at this moment. So I'm feeling like it's something that has bubbled up from your past, and it's, being part of you. And when this happens, it's part of you that you haven't fully accepted because it's very painful for you. And I'm feeling that over the next couple of days, some more things are going to come up that maybe someone else wasn't accepting you, and you kind of took that at heart. But have that self acceptance of your path and where you're going to. And I hope that makes sense to you. Hi, Sue. I'm going to put you on the list. Okay, Angelina, are you still here? Just type in yes. You're welcome, Deb. Okay, great. And okay. So as people are coming into the room, I'm going to be writing your name down in order, and everyone will receive a reading today. And the way that this works is I ask you if you're in the group right now, because people sometimes will leave and then they'll come back. If you happen to be one of the people who leave and then come back, I will go over the names. If you haven't acknowledged it, you're already here, to give you one more chance. I don't want to know what your question is. I don't want you to type it out or anything like that. I want you, when I get ready to pull a card from you, I want you to take a deep breath and exhale, and then think about your question. Okay, this is for Angelina. Take that deep breath and release and think about your question. If you don't have a question, um, we'll just pull a card for you and it will let you know what it is that you need to know right now. You too got a card of the learning experience. So everything that you're going through right now, especially after the last few days, is a learning experience for you. If there's other people that are involved with what you need to know or have a different insight on, it's also a learning experience for you. When we come to Earth, it is my belief that we kind of congregate in like groups, like a soul group. So we help each other. And we've agreed upon this with our creator that we're going to work as a team or as a group. It doesn't matter if you're involved with someone, from birth, or if you're, way past the birth into your older years. We're still connected to the people that we've made these agreements with. So you may be learning, right? And you're kind of moving forward, but the people who are involved with you in this experience or this question that you're asking, please remember they're also learning. And it's a learning experience from, for all of you. And it's going to affect everybody a little different because we're all on different, we're all on the same path, basically, but we are going through this path at different timing. Not everyone is going to be at the same timing as you. You'll have those people who maybe have went through a little different experiences. But for you, what you're going through right now, just know that it's a learning experience. And the best way to go through this is knowing that there's light. So your path will be lit, and it's not going to be the end of things. It's just going to allow you to kind of de-stress a little bit, right? If you look at your issue or your question from a different perspective, it may allow you to find a remedy for your issues or your question, but know that it's a learning experience for you as well as other people. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, Charles, you're next. Are you here? And then Sue, and then for Ronnie. I'm so horrible with names. I'm so sorry if I'm hacking up your name. So Charles, okay, so thank you for letting me know that you're here. Okay, Charles, go ahead and take a deep breath in and release. Okay, so this is your card. It's called Strength and Guidance. I hope you can see that really well. So what I would say to you is what I'm hearing for you is over the next 2 weeks, you're going to need to pull in your inner strength, to rehatch it and know that you are being guided to go down certain paths. Sometimes we think something should go a certain way, and then we get really disappointed that it's not going a certain way. And sometimes you may have doors that are closed on you, and it's really a door that you wanted to have open. But in hindsight, there's going to be even a better opportunity that's coming forward. So I'll give you a little example of what happened the day before yesterday. So my son has a laptop that needs to have a plug in the back replaced. So we went to Best Buy, talked to Geek Squad, and it was going to be up to 4 weeks for them to send it out and fix it and all that. And he does a lot of drawings with commission work. And so his laptop is really important for him to have. So they recommended a place for us to go. So we traveled, it's all within our town. So we went over there a couple miles away, went to the new place, and they told us, I'm sorry, we don't work on your type of computer. So they gave us somebody else to go to. We went over to the third store, and they're supposed to be open, but the door's locked. And so we call it's got their phone number on the door. So we called them, and, they're like, we'll be back, the next day. I'm in Texas, so there was quite a few touchdowns in Texas, and the people who own the computer store, their whole office there kind of were affected by, the touchdown of the tornado in Temple. So my son was really disappointed, and I'm like, it's okay. Sometimes, they're going to be open, so we'll go ahead and, look at this. So he went home, and he actually found someone that he could ship his laptop to who knew exactly what they were doing and what type of computer he had. And so that's kind of like how I'm trying to explain to you. There were three doors that were there, but all three doors shut on him. And it was almost like that it was done on purpose because there was something better out there. So in this circumstances, it was a cheaper investment that he would have to pay compared to all the other people. And it's actually going to work out better for him because it should only be out for, 2 weeks instead of 4 weeks. So I guess the bottom line, Charles, is if you feel like you're going through things and you feel like your face is hitting the wall a lot, know that you have that inner strength to keep going on and that you also have the ability to call on your own spiritual team to help you, with your issue or with your, with kind of your, I know you asked for a general reading, but know that you have the strength and the guidance there to help you. And I hope that makes sense to you. Okay. Sue H., are you here? And then we have Verani. You're next after Sue. Let me see if there's any messages. You're welcome, Charles. You're welcome. And then Vivian, I'm going to put your name down as well. Okay, Sue, you're here. And okay, great. So Sue, go ahead and take a deep breath and blow that out and then think about your question. Okay, so this is your card. It's called Blessings and Abundance. So hopefully in a moment you'll be able to see the card. I'll hold it here for a moment. I'm going to connect to you. So blessings and abundance. It's kind of obvious what the card is saying, but what I would say to you is that you have a lot of blessings around you. You're a person who appreciates, and has gratitude for what's going on in your life. You can have gratitude for having nice weather, for having shelter, food, clothing, a good job, or those kind of things. So when you tend to feel really grateful for what you have, even if it's really small detail, like let's say I'm grateful for my water that I have, and it's something so small, but when you have a lot of things to feel grateful or even blessed about, it kind of lets the universe know, hey, they like having things to be blessed, and they like having many things, and they're very grateful for what is coming, to them. The universe will give you more of that. And but it's really a good blessing. Your guides are telling me that you're good about you're good about connecting with them, but sometimes you miss the boat a little bit. But know that, when you miss the boat, it's actually a blessing. It's almost like this. I was talking to Charles about, sometimes a door closes because there's a different kind of blessing that is coming forward to you. So just know that your question has to deal with being blessed and having blessings and abundance. And don't put a framework on your blessings or your abundance that you want. Your spiritual team knows what you need, and you can always ask for a sign to come forward, when you ask them for help. And some of the signs that come forward could be a feather, could be coins, birds or butterflies. It could be a rainbow, and it could be a conversation that you're overhearing, and those words that those people are speaking actually applies to you. It could be something that's in a song. So you do have You've been blessed with a lot of blessings, and you'll be receiving more that are coming forward. And you're also going to have those opportunities to have abundance. And abundance isn't just monetary. Abundance could be, having a having a family that loves you, or having friends that love you. A blessing could just be having a really nice day, like maybe you had a lot of rain and finally you're having a good day. So expand your abundance attitude or definition into many different roles that abundance can play for you. So I hope that makes sense to you. And that was for Sue. And for Ver, Veronity, I'm so sorry. I know I'm hacking up your name. I know that you're here. Thank you for being so patient with me. And I had Vivian after her. And let me see, K.E.E. Keeper of the Reaper is next after Vivian. Perfect message for you, Sue. Thank you for letting me know. I always, try to do my best for you. I think I have everybody down. So Veroni, Veroni, I'm so sorry and I apologize. It's embarrassing that I'm not really good at pronouncing some names, and I'm sure that it's sounds a lot more prettier than what I'm hacking it into. But you I'm glad you know who I'm talking about. So again, I apologize, but I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. So go ahead and take a deep breath and, release it, and then think about your question that you have. Oh, what a pretty card. Joy and contentment. I'll let you look at that card. Of course, I spilled my water. So give me a moment to clean this up. I even have a lid on it and I still spilled it. So, okay. And my names all went all around, but I can still read them. Okay. So your card is joy and contentment. And I love this card. I'll turn it around and show you again. The angel is standing in a field of long grass that goes up probably right around above the knee and a little bit into the hips area. She has a lot of rainbow kind of looking colors that are around her. She looks very happy and at peace. So she's actually standing in front of a tree that has many different colors too. And the thing about the joy and contentment is sometimes we get so involved in life that um, it's hard to have joy, right? And it's hard to have that contentment. Again, I'm joy and contentment. So sometimes, okay, so I'll just kind of give you an example. Um, Sometimes we have our own place that we live, and whether it's an apartment or a room or a house, um, and we're so busy running out to do other things like to work and grocery shopping, or things with our family, that we forget that our home can be our sanctuary. And there's times when we really, we're looking for these things to bring us joy and contentment. And sometimes these things are within our house. So a lot of times people, they have their home and sometimes the only thing they do there is sleep and eat. And they're all the time very busy and they're chasing the joy. I don't believe you're chasing the joy, but I do feel like um, that you need to know that your home can be your sanctuary as well. I feel like in a very short span of time, you're going to really realize what that joy is and what that contentment is. But it's a very good card to have. And as you can see on her face, she's just like I'm in my happy spot right now. So that is your card, and I hope it made sense to you. Um, okay. So the next one is Vivian. Are you still here, Vivian? You just put yes. So after Vivian is the Keeper of the Reaper. So just let me know that you're still here, Vivian, so I can pull a card, and otherwise I'll move to the next person. Vivian, are you here? If you are, go ahead and say, yes, I'm here. Okay, so I'm going to pass Vivian for a moment. I'll come back. You're welcome. I'll come back and call her name again. So, Keeper of the Reaper, are you still here? And if you are, just go ahead and let me know. Okay. Hi, hi, Jen. I will put your name here too. So I'm going to go ahead with you, Jen. The other two aren't responding right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll go back and call their names. So this, Jen, is for you. Go ahead and take a breath and release. Think about your question. If you don't have a question, then it will be that's fine. I thank you. All righty. Here we go, Jen. Hey. Okay. So your card is Earth and Ground. And I know you know all about connecting to the earth and grounding, but what I'm feeling is you're leaving your body at night when you go to sleep. You're traveling, your body's still here, right? But your soul is traveling around, and that you're not fully coming back into your body. So, what they're telling me to tell you is to ground before you go to bed, or for the night, because you're not coming fully back into your body. I know you know about grounding and all of that, so I hope that that makes sense to you. um, because they're literally showing me you're half in and half out, and it kind of makes you feel like something is off. And I know you're a very spiritual person anyway, but the message I got for you was you're not fully coming back into your body. So I hope that makes sense to you. Oh, so she says I'm spot on. Nice, nice. Thank you. Great. I needed to know that. Yes, you did. And I had no idea that you were, going in and out. So I thank you for that confirmation. And Vivian, are you here? Or Keeper of the Reaper, are you here? If not, I'm going to go ahead and go to uh, Ayla. So, Ayla, I'm going to go ahead and go to you. So I would just like you to take a breath in and exhale and think of your question. If you don't have a question, I will just give you kind of a reading. Okay. Thank you for letting me know that you're still here. Can you take another breath and exhale? Okay, that's much better. Thank you. Okay, so you have angelic protection. And here we go. Have you ever wondered why things happen to you, but you come out at like unscathed, like the experience that you just went through, you're better off maybe than other people are, right? And so this shows a shield and a shield and a long sword, and you basically you're being guarded and you are very well protected. And just make that conscious effort to tell your spiritual guides that you appreciate them being here for you and to giving you that spiritual protection. And Archangel Michael is also the Archangel of protection as well. And if you ever feel like you're kind of scared or, something like that, let me give you a something to look at real quick. Find a pen that I can draw out for you. And this is actually for anybody. So if you're listening or still watching, you could also use this same symbol that I'm going to show you. And this is Archangel Michael's shield of protection symbol. So it kind of looks like north, south, east, and west symbol with arrows on it. And this is something that you can, what I call air draw. So you go like, you just make it, like the four arrows connecting. And you can put this anywhere. You don't necessarily have to draw it out on a paper. There are some that do that, but you can also do that same symbol with your fingers on your doors, on your windows, on your purse, on your wallet. If you have children in your home or any other relatives, you can take that symbol and just as you draw it, just ask Archangel Michael to protect this person or my things. I put this symbol when we go out on trips, something that's not really close by, that maybe will be an hour driving, or maybe we're going to go cross country. And so I will put the symbol, draw it with my finger on the front, the back, and on my steering wheel. So it's a really great symbol to be able to have access to. And you can also just say, Archangel Michael, I need help. Please protect me now. And he'll come forward. Don't ever think that you're taking him away from other people, because they can be at many places at many different times. So I hope that makes sense to you. And yes, Archangel Michael is your protector. There you go. And you said that you thank your angels every day. Okay, I'm glad that you resonated with the message, and it's good that you are in that communication with them as well. So, before I go forward again, is Vivian still in the room? Or the Keeper of the Reaper? If you're here, either one of you, or if there's anybody new that hasn't received a card pull, go ahead and, be sure to put your name down there, before I um, close this session. And if anybody, I don't see them coming forward. So I have all my links below under the video. If you would like to work privately with me, you can schedule a, appointment, and all my services are listed on my website. You're welcome. And so my website, all the descriptions of the different services, if you're unsure of which service you would like, I have a 30-minute and a 60-minute consultation. And when we do those, I can kind of customize a plan, talking to you and letting you know what the best service would be to go forward. And we can do that in the 30 minutes or the 60 minutes. You don't have to, you know, pay for two different things. We'll just do it all in one. Oh, thank you. And thank you, Jen. Jasper said, thanks for all that you do. Lisa Joe is the real deal. Find out about her history with the archangels if you don't know. So, thank you. That's so sweet. I've known Jasper, Jen, for many years, and we both actually lived in the same town in California when we first met. And she's off in another part of the United States, and I'm here in Texas. But, we do try to keep up with each other, with our busy schedules and everything. And so I think what I'll share with you is I've always, I haven't always been religious, but I am a person who believes that, we have a creator, and that, I believe in Jesus and Mother Mary. And I also feel like your body is your temple. Church and all that is really good because I don't personally go to a church anymore, but I look at my body as being the temple of, the church of my own. But having said that, I never ever thought I would be in the position I am today doing what I'm doing. I worked in the bank, I was a notary. And then, I left that to help raise our children. And one day in 2014, I had a near death experience, and I didn't go through the white tunnel or anything like that because I don't remember if I did, but I'm like 100% sure that that's something I would remember if I did. But after that experience and being in the hospital for 5 days, I had internal bleeding that they couldn't stop because of where the internal bleeding was. We just kind of had to wait for myself to stop bleeding. And I got some more blood plasms that were given to me because I was losing so much blood. But after that happened, I started seeing at night sparks that were, going off of my hand, and a real bright flash that was down the hall from my bedroom. And I thought it was my kids that were taking pictures, with their cell phones and the flashes. And I got up and no one was there. It was a very difficult journey, recuperating from the near-death experience, because I basically had to learn how to walk over. I mean, it really affected my whole body. I needed to have my husband help me with everything, with getting dressed, with walking and things like that. But it took me almost a year to recover from that incident. But during that year, I all of a sudden had more of a spiritual interest in healing and healing hands and things like that, because I don't know why it just kept coming forward. And, I read a lot of spiritual different books. Edgar Cayce is one of my favorite. Sleeping Prophet. And if you don't know who that is, you would really do yourself justice to reading how his healing came about and how he helped so many other people. But that was kind of like a something that would happen to him. But over time, I began to hear a voice in my head, and it was my voice, but it was a different tone of voice. When I was in the hospital, I did hear a male's voice telling me that it was going to be okay, but there was no males around me at all. I was in ICU, and I was in a private room, but there was nobody there talking to me. There was a nurse, but she was definitely female. And so anyway, make a long story short, I started connecting with that part of me, and learning more that I had guides and they were trying to help me know that some doors were going to be shut, but there would be more doors open. And that's kind of how I began the journey. And it's been for a long time, I didn't think I was worthy to helping other people. I didn't feel good enough. And so when you go through the process of connecting with your spiritual path, or, maybe going to church more and connecting with people who have the same beliefs that you are and give you that support, it really helps a lot than trying to struggle and going by yourself. I thank God for social media, because I met a lot of like-minded individuals who are still today my friends through this journey. And it really has helped me connect with a lot of different people. I began learning different, modalities. Reiki was the first thing that I learned. And then I felt like I needed to have certificates behind my name, because I had no experience doing what I was doing, but God was showing me through my mind's eye. I would get flashes of how to help other people. And I asked some of my friends as volunteers to allow me to go forward with what I thought I was being given. And when I started doing that and learning about the archangels, and I have a group called Hosting the Archangels, where you can invite the archangels, 6 of them, to your house for 5 days. And it was a way for me to tell them thank you for their help, with the healing that I was getting through. And when I started hosting the archangels and inviting them to my home and having that 5 day interaction with them, things in my home seemed to be a lot more smoother. You could really tell the atmosphere was changing. And every time that I do host the archangels, it's a different experience every time. Sometimes you don't have as much interaction with them, but they are there with us, helping us move forward. And I just love working with them. I feel very honored to be in a position that I can help others. I have a tendency of being able to feel other people's pains that are in their own body, or being able to connect with their spiritual team to give them messages. And I really find myself doing that a lot more. And, what is it, 10 years? It'll be 10 years in a couple months that I've been doing this. So I thank everybody for coming forward today to let me help them receive a message, whether it was a question or just the message that you needed to hear. And again, all my links are below. I do have a YouTube channel that you can find all my videos there. And I have, I believe, over 40 videos there. You may need to click a playlist on my site or on my channel, Healing Light with Lisa Joe on YouTube. But they're there, and if you subscribe, then anytime there's a new recording that is put up, you'll be notified. So, all right, well, I'm going to close for you guys. One more call for Vivian. Are you here? Okay. So thank you all for showing up and for allowing me to do this for you and with you. And just know that your spiritual team is always there. They're never too busy to help you along. And just trust that our creator does have a plan for us. And sometimes it's not down the way that we thought it was going to be. But there's different changes. And in my case, it was a good thing. It was a horrible horrible thing to go through what I went through. But in the end, it was really, truly a blessing. And every day I would wake up feeling very blessed that I actually woke up and I'm not in the hospital anymore. So you guys take care. And I know it is hard to believe it's been 10 years. I know it's went by so fast. So you guys have a blessed day and the rest of your weekend. And I will see you next Saturday and stuff. So you guys take care, and we'll talk to you next week. If you want to share your experiences and you want to message me privately, you can do that too. All right. Bye.